guys, I hope you're doing well. I'm Stephanie. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. I am so happy to have you all here. So today's video is going to be a 1-year review of my Hermes CDC bracelet. And wow, I can't believe it's been 1 year. Time flies. But also, I thought it might be useful or helpful to some if I did like a brief comparison of the CDC bracelet versus the Cartier Love Bracelet that we all know and love. Hence the name, right? No. But yeah, so this is the CDC bracelet from Hermes. I purchased this in August of 2023. And CDC, I call it CDC because I butcher French. I don't speak French, but it stands for Collier De Chien. I'll put it down here below so you guys can reference it. And it means dog collar, basically. Yeah, it means dog collars, because I believe in the history of this design was that Hermes, I believe it was like the 1920s, created a dog collar for one of their clients. I believe it was like a bulldog, and this is what it looked like. So that's why we call it the Collier De Chien, or I call it CDC. And yeah, and then it became very popular, and people were wearing it as a belt, and then they turned it into like leather bracelets. They have leather bracelets that look like this in their fashion jewelry line. And then of course they have different variations in their fine jewelry line. You can get it in rose gold. I believe you can get it in yellow gold. And I know white gold comes with diamonds, without diamonds. I've got the rose gold version and without diamonds. And this is the size short, if you could see. And I know it also comes in like an extra small or extra short. And another, I think it has 1 or 2 sizes bigger than this as well. And this is unisex. I've definitely seen men wear it as well. So yeah, it's for men and women. The wear and tear on this bracelet's not bad. I will tell you that I wear this bracelet all day, every day. I sleep in it, I shower in it, I go to the gym, do all my exercises in it, clean the house with it. I just love jewelry that you don't have to bother with, you don't have to worry about. And I would say for both the CDC bracelet and the Love bracelet, that's the case. I wear them nonstop all the time. The only times I think I've taken them off would be like if I had to get a spray tan and they're like, you can't wear your jewelry, of course. So yeah, they're always on. And I mean, of course, yeah. And I don't know how well this video is going to show this, but you can see scratches, you can see scuff marks. That's going to happen with any type of jewelry, of course, that you wear day to day, every day. Up close, you can see that. Far away, you can't. And I think it holds up very well over the past year. The Cartier Love Bracelet I actually got in 2019. I don't have an unboxing video or anything of that because this was like way pre-YouTube days for me. But I do have an unboxing of the CDC bracelet if you guys want to check and see what it looked like brand new, fresh out of the box. And I did discuss it in some detail there as well. So I'll link that for you if you're interested. But yeah, so I would say I love both of these bracelets so much. I will say the one thing that I don't like about the Hermes CDC bracelet is that you can see, and I may have mentioned this in another video, and I apologize for those of you who've seen it and it may sound redundant, but I get my hair caught in these like little cracks here. So these are like where it fastens. And I will show you how to open and close this because it can be a little tricky. I certainly didn't know how to do it when I first started wearing it, and when my sales associate showed it to me, I had no idea. So I will show that to you. And yeah, so my hair though, it gets caught in these little cracks sometimes, which is really frustrating. As I said, I wear it all the time, I sleep in it and everything. So that's annoying, but otherwise I really don't have any complaints on this bracelet. I think it is much more quiet luxury, if you know, like under the radar, compared to the Love bracelet. I know for me, before I even started, like I would say even like early 2023, I don't know if I've ever even recognized this bracelet. It was before I really started to explore Hermes. Yeah, so I never even recognized it. I'm sure I'd seen it on others, but it was like I'm brand new to kind of fashion, like luxury fashion in general, and fine jewelry. So this to me is definitely like an under the radar, not everybody's going to recognize it type bracelet. And I do love that. It's something different. Whereas the Cartier Love Bracelet, I mean, everybody knows this, whether or not you have like experience buying fine jewelry or shop luxury or, you know, fashion or whatever, you're going to recognize the Cartier Love Bracelet. You know, I definitely did, I feel like decades ago, and I had no idea what Cartier really even was back then. But yeah, so I will say with respect to like the notoriety and recognizability, I guess, of the two, this one is under the radar compared to this one. But I will say that the CDC bracelet is becoming a lot more popular now, I think, with social media and people wearing it and showing it on YouTube. That's really how I discovered it when I was starting out in Hermes. I was kind of just doing my research to see what I would like to get there. And that's how I discovered it. And so there are a lot of people who do, you know, express their opinions and reviews of this bracelet on YouTube and other social media outlets. So I do think it's becoming more and more noticeable, which is great too. With respect to the color, so I absolutely love Hermes's rose gold. I think it's beautiful. Again, it's gonna depend on your style, your preference. I mean, maybe even your skin tone, whether or not you like it, but I absolutely love it. It's not very pink. I know a lot of people have this impression of rose gold as being like a pink gold, but as you can see from the video here, hopefully, the rose gold versus my yellow gold in Cartier, there's not a huge difference. There is some difference, but not huge. And I think the color is beautiful. I actually like it better than yellow gold. So I bought this, as I said, in August of 2023. I think it was $7,700. And like I said, I will link that video here for you where I unboxed it. And I think I mentioned the price in that one. And today, August 2024, it is $8,500. So a significant jump in the past year. Okay, so yeah, so $8,500 in 2024 for the CDC, which is about $800 more than I paid for it last year. Now this is, again, as I mentioned, without diamonds. They obviously have the other ones with the diamonds that are gonna be much more expensive. In comparison, I bought the Cartier Love Bracelet. As I mentioned, this is just the standard width one, not the skinny one, but the standard one. I bought this one in 2019 for, I wanna say like $6,500, give or take a few $100, something like that. So, but now today I want to say, let's see, it is $7,350. So in 5 years, it went up about the same price that the Hermes CDC bracelet went up in 1 year. Now, I don't know what the CDC bracelet was prior to 2023, like if it has been going up this much every year, every couple of years, I'm not sure about that, but I wanted to show you also how to remove this bracelet and how to put it on. Now it is tricky, I will say. This bracelet is hard to take on and off. I wouldn't say hard, it's just something you have to get used to. But basically, as you can see, there are these little areas here. You can squeeze this. Let me do it from this angle. You squeeze and then you push, and then this kind of pops open here. And now let's see if I can put it on in one try. I don't think I've ever been able to do that. And to put it on, you basically just, as you can see, there's like this little thing here. You push it in to this whole area. And then you kind of, we might edit this a little bit. See, as you can see, this is good. You can tell it's not as easy as it looks. Okay. Did I get it? There, I got it. So you kind of maneuver it, push it in a little, push it, maneuver, you know? So it's not just like a super easy clasp. You'll get the hang of it if it's something you, like I said, I don't take it on and off often, hardly ever. So it's not really an issue. Once you have it on, it's on. So there's that. I hope that was helpful. Okay, the Cartier Love Bracelet, as I'm sure many of you know, comes with a screwdriver that you have to screw the screws to, you know, unscrew it and screw it to get it on and off. So the first, I want to say 4 years that I've had this bracelet, it was no problem whatsoever. Once it was screwed on, it was on. I wasn't worried about it coming loose. I know I read a lot of people having complaints about the bracelet basically just falling off. You'll be out and about and not even realize your bracelet's not on anymore. And that was terrifying to me considering the price. And I hadn't had that issue until recently. So I would say over the past 6 months or so, I've had that issue and it's terrifying. I will look down while I'm out in public and one of the screws has completely come loose and this is dangling on my wrist. So I know that you can take it into Cartier and, complain about this, and I believe they'll do something to prevent that from happening. I haven't taken the steps to do that yet. If I do, I'll let you know the process, if it helps, how long it takes, and all of that. But yeah, it's actually pretty bad at this point. Almost like every week I have to go find my screwdriver. Well, I know where I put it. I don't have to find it, but I have to run and grab it. I almost need like a spare one in my purse, to be honest, because I keep the screwdriver at home. And if I'm out and about, I'm like, oh, like now I have to try to take this off of my wrist, which is not easy to do with like your fingernail, and put it in my purse or something so that I don't have to worry about it falling off and losing it. So yeah, the past 6 months or so, that's been a concern. And the other thing is, if you're not going to wear this all the time, you can't really take it, you can take it off by yourself, but putting it on by yourself is extremely difficult. See, like the wear and tear on this, when I first got this bracelet, it was so smooth and beautiful. It has gotten scuffed. It has, it has a significant amount of scratches. Of course, I wear it, like I said, all the time, and it's been 5 years, but I don't think it looks bad. I think that the scuffs and the scratches almost just like blend in very nicely and you don't even notice them anymore. Like, of course, the first few, you're like, it's like heartbreaking, but don't let it be, because as you wear it, the wear and tear almost just becomes like a natural part of the bracelet. I want to say it's less so for the CDC bracelet. Like, I feel like the scratches stand out more on the CDC bracelet. But again, I don't get too bothered by them because this is going to be like a lifelong type bracelet. I know it's going to happen. I'm going to wear it all the time. So I'm okay with it now. But yes, I understand in the beginning, it's like, no. But yeah, also the cleaning services, I have not gotten this one cleaned at Hermes. I know they have an amazing spa, an Hermes spa for handbags. I don't know if they also do that for jewelry. I imagine if you took it in and said, I want to get this cleaned, like I know at my Hermes boutique here in San Francisco is amazing. They'd be like, yeah, no problem. But in Cartier, the Cartier Love Bracelet, I have read and heard reviews about the cleaning. So I took it in, got it cleaned. They did an amazing job. It looked literally brand new. Like you couldn't even tell it had been scratched. They also did it for my ring. I was very impressed by that. But I would just warn you that there's a difference between the cleaning service and the polishing service. So they will not recommend, and nor do I recommend you getting your bracelet polished, because that will remove basically like a layer of the gold. It does take off the gold. And I'm sure it's like that for all of your 18 karat or like fine jewelry pieces. The polishing can actually remove the gold. So if it's not necessary, don't do it. I don't even know when it would be necessary. I know some people like to have like their scratches buffed out and all of that, but I would not recommend doing that just because, as I said, it will remove and probably devalue your gold bracelets. And I know I'm rambling a lot, so if there is anything I am missing for you, if there's anything you want to know with respect to either of these bracelets, please just leave the comments, like, a question in the comments, and obviously If I was wearing one bracelet, so before I got the CDC bracelet and I just wore my Cartier bracelet, I could go through security at the airport without a problem. But since I've added this to my stack, just be aware, like if you have two, you're gonna beep. I mean, it's something silly to consider, but it can also be annoying if you're like, I'm in a hurry, I gotta go. Maybe you want to remove them before you go through security at the airport, because they always have to like scan my wrist, make me lift up my sleeve and all that kind of stuff. Again, not a big deal, but I just thought it might be worth noting. I know I said I would tell you like which one I prefer over the other, but honestly, that's extremely hard for me to do. I think that the Love bracelet to me is sentimental. I got it kind of as like a late push present for my first son, and it holds a special place in my heart. Now, I know that so many people have this bracelet, so a lot of people might think like, oh, I don't want that one. You know, Cartier Love has been done, so recognizable, but other people love that. You know, you're gonna spend a fortune on a bracelet, you want people to kind of know you spent a fortune, right? I mean, it sounds silly, but that's the mentality of many people, and I get it. But for me, if I had to choose one, it would be the Love bracelet, just because, as I said, the sentimental value behind it. I will be honest, and I mentioned this in a previous video, I do love the CDC bracelet. I think it's beautiful. I think it's something different that not everyone has, and it holds up very well, I think, so far over the past year. I think the wear and tear on this bracelet is minimal, considering I wear it every single day. Yeah, it's been a year and it doesn't look too bad. And, you know, aside from it pulling out my hair all the time, I love it. But I will say that the motivation behind getting this bracelet was I wanted a bag, and that's silly. I do love it, and I will stand behind that forever, that I love this bracelet. But I know it's a huge purchase, and I think that if you want like a quota bag, for instance, you know, buying something in the fine jewelry department kind of pushes your pre-spend up a little. And I know this is like a hot topic or touchy subject with respect to Hermes, particularly right now. So I won't even get into that, but I do know that this is a sizable purchase, and I thought if I'm gonna get something to go on like my wrist as a part of my stack to go with my Cartier Love bracelet, I thought I'm gonna get it from Hermes because I want to get a quota bag from there, if that makes sense. I know some of you are like, I know exactly what you're saying. But if you have any questions with respect to this Hermes journey, I have other videos on that. Or you can just ask questions in the comments. Happy to, you know, answer them to the best of my ability with respect to my experience. So yeah, as I said, long story short, very long story, I would say Cartier Love bracelet purely because of the sentimental value for me over the CDC bracelet. But I think if you're having trouble deciding which one to get, go to the stores, try them on, consider them. Don't make impulse purchases because they're a very sizable dollar amount. So they're expensive. Why did I say sizable dollar? Okay, they're expensive purchases. So yeah, definitely try them both on and think about it. And yeah, I think you can't go wrong with either. They're both beautiful. They're both going to hold up for years and years. I know from experience with the Cartier Love bracelet, and this one's been great over the past year. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful, you guys. If you have any questions, as I said, please leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you right away. Yeah. And I'll have more review videos coming up soon. I got this beautiful little baby over here in March, so I'm hoping to do like a 6-year review of my Kelly bag and a couple other Hermes purchases that I've made recently. So if that interests you, please like and subscribe. And as I've mentioned before, like I do a lot of luxury fashion type videos, unboxing videos, that kind of stuff. You know, so if you like that content, yes, please like and subscribe. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I love sharing all this information and these unboxings with you here on YouTube, you guys. So thank you so much for being part of my small YouTube channel and this little community that we are building. It has been so much fun for me. So yeah, thank you so, so much. Hope it was helpful. Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.